I'm scared to be completely honest with you guys. When it comes to sharing the struggles from before and during my weight loss journey, I have no problem with that at all. It's because I have worked through and fixed a lot of that stuff. When it comes to sharing current struggles, especially that I still struggle with weight fluctuations and overeating sometimes, I don't really share that. It's like I'm embarrassed to share it, and so I hide it because I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for 8 years and I have a weight loss channel. I feel like if I share that I struggle with those things, you guys will think I'm a phony. I know that sounds so silly, especially because when I don't share those things, it probably comes off like I've got it all figured out and I've fixed everything and I don't struggle, when it's the complete opposite. Yeah, I've done those things. I've kept the weight off. I've worked through emotional eating, but I still struggle. I'm still learning. I still make mistakes and I hide some things from you guys, and I'm really tired of doing it because I know a lot of you can relate to these struggles, and me not talking about them, maybe I can be helping more people than I, am now. I struggle with weight fluctuations. Yeah, sometimes my weight is like my lowest, 139 pounds, and then sometimes it's up. And there are lots of reasons for that. I have PCOS, and when my hormones are off, the scale can go up like by 5 pounds because when my hormones are off, I bloat, my stomach looks really big because it's distended, and that happens a lot with my PCOS. Then there are the normal human weight fluctuations where everybody's weight fluctuates. And then there's times when my weight actually does go up. It's because I'm choosing either to eat more to have a diet break or to eat more to build muscle, and then I gain weight when I do that. It's a choice and I choose to do it and I do it consciously, but I don't really share that. Like I'm starting to now, but again, like I feel like if I share those weight fluctuations, like I feel like a phony, like an imposter. And I know that's silly because you guys, you really are my friends. That's why I call you the friends and I talk to you like this. The biggest one that I haven't really ever shared is that I do still struggle with overeating sometimes. I think most people, even like I call them like normal eaters, like people who didn't struggle with emotional eating like me, even normal eaters struggle with overeating sometimes. And I've worked through a lot of it, but I do still struggle. And for example, on the last cheat day that I had, I do so good during the week. But then when I have a cheat day, sometimes what'll happen is I'll let old patterns come into my head from when I was really struggling. I'll kind of let them take over. So like the last cheat day, I was doing really good. I was eating everything that I enjoyed, treats and things, also making sure that I was like having good protein for a balance. And then at the end of the night, my head came in and said, this is it. You're gonna be going back on your diet tomorrow morning, and it's probably gonna be another month before you have another cheat day. So you need to go hard. Like you need to eat everything that you want because you're not getting treats for at least a month, girl. So do it. And I ended up overeating. I ate more cake and more ice cream than I wanted to. And I ended up feeling kind of gross the next day. Now, when I used to do that, I would immediately start like feeling bad and like putting myself down. I feel the start of that cycle now when it happens, like, oh, look what you did. You blew it. You're gonna gain weight from this. But then I catch it and I try to be more gentle on myself because I know the pattern that my head does now. And it's so silly that I think those things because I love my diet. Like I literally go to bed at night going, oh, I'm so excited to eat my breakfast. And I love what I'm eating all the time. I also make really good food all the time, low calorie versions. I give myself treats, but it's like my head, what I mean by old patterns is that my head tells me lies. My head will say, you're never getting treats again, when the next day I can make up a cool low calorie treat. Like I'm always giving myself what I'm craving, even if it's a low calorie version, but my head will go in scarcity mode and tell me, eat now because it's never happening again, even though I allow myself to do it, to have a diet break, to have a cheat day, once a month at least, and I have cool treats all week. It's about watching those voices in my head that aren't me, like I've talked about before. I wanted to share this with you guys because I know a lot of you out there can relate, and I've lost the weight, I've kept it off because I do love what I'm eating. But every once in a while, those old patterns do come through. Just so you know, like, I do struggle too. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I try to be gentle on myself and I talk it out now. That's one thing I learned when I was working through the emotional eating is holding stuff in just made it worse. So if you're someone who's struggling with any of the things that I shared in this video, you know, getting it out, whether it's in a journal or talking to a friend or even like a pet or whatever, just talking it out loud, it really does help. Because when you let it sit inside, it kind of like just gets bigger and bigger, and then it goes into a big cycle. So one of the reasons why I don't share the weight fluctuations, well, why I didn't in the past, but I'm going to talk about these things more frequently with you guys now, is because I am on social media. I put myself on there here. I put the videos out. So this isn't a victim thing. But when I say that I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for 8 years, sometimes if I say, hey, I'm putting on muscle right now, so I went up 5 pounds, I'll get comments like, but you said, this tells me that you did not keep the weight off then for this long. And it's like,
they completely ignore the I'm bulking on purpose.
Yeah, and so even like during this lean out, like if you guys are following my spring lean out, I'll get comments like that, but you said that you've kept it off for this long. Well, sometimes I choose to gain a little bit so that I can give my body a break because I have been doing this for 8 years. Bodies change, weight fluctuates. I just wanted to share that with you. Like, I love what I'm eating, I love what I'm doing, I love sharing it with you guys, and in the future, I know a lot of you can relate to these struggles, so I'm gonna share, you know, if I do have a struggle like this, I'm gonna share it more, be more open with you guys, and not worry about, you know, those things in my head anymore. And I just wanted you guys to know that you're not alone. Sometimes we make mistakes, but we learn from them. You know, I posted a quote on Instagram, like, I can't even remember, and I just posted it this morning, but basically, failure, it's a part of success. Like, you can't succeed without failure. So you make mistakes, you learn from it. And there's stuff that's normal. Even what I call normal eaters overeat sometimes just because it's a human thing. And weight fluctuates. So I love you guys. I hope that this helps if anyone's struggling out there. You're not alone. You're worth it to keep going in small steps, and just, you know, don't take everything negatively. Learn from it.
And it won't be linear. Like,
no,
me and Nicole's
and
weight
down.
over the last decade, it is always fluctuating, so you learn to kind of normalize that.
It's more like what I've learned and Kyle's learned, is like more about the consistency and that you love what you're doing, and that kind of keeps us going. I'm happy with where my body goes, and if you want to know exactly what I ate, exact meals and portions, I do have weight loss ebooks. Links are down there. Code Nicole to save yourself 10%. I also got these huddled. It's HTLT subs. These are the Seco Bar Plus, and there are 2 flavors, the Dirty Cookies and Cream and the Caramel Toffee Crunch.
That's my favorite.
You know what? This one used to be my fave, but lately I'm really digging these. They're both really good, and what I love, tastes like a chocolate bar, but less sugar and more protein to help you stay full. Again, code Nicole to save yourself 10%. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbsy up. I appreciate you watching. I love you, cuties. You're not alone. I'll catch you in the next vid, sweetheart. Bye.
See ya. That was a fancy one. I think.
It was a little friend-a-rooney little. Love ya. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.